All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce, as usual. Hope you're all doing well today. It's a chilly day in the cave outside today, raining. We have very little snow in New England so far this winter, which is a total and complete drag as far as I'm concerned, but maybe we got some coming along the way. Hope you're all doing well. January 2nd, 0102. Well, 2-1, right? So the first thing I thought of when I thought of Song of the Day was, if you think of international use of the date, it is 2-1-01-02, or two, right? So 2112. Anyone know what that is? You prog rock fans out there. So I could have done Rush today. I'm not doing Rush today, but because that particular album, it's hard to pinpoint songs on that album, especially since the first side is a 20-minute song. But anyway, not to discount that record, but that is a good record. Plus it was a little bit of a stretch when I was thinking about it. Anyway, so what are we doing today? It's funny because we played this video on New Year's Eve twice because it was so good, and we've watched it over the years dozens of times, but we had to play it twice because it's so good and it was reminding me. And then fate be told, when I looked at what was going on in music over the years this week, which historically January is a slow week because they don't put out new records in early January. That's usually the kiss of death because everyone's all listening to their records that they got at Christmas time. So it's usually a pretty slow time in the music world when it comes to January. It doesn't, even February doesn't tend to pick up until March usually. But anyway, on this date, we look back, and on this date in 1966, this song goes to number 1. And we'll tell a story of that. But what we're doing today is we are doing our first edition of Make or Remake, which, if you remember, is you play two artists playing the same song, usually the original, and someone else doing it, and you weigh in about what you like about either of them, which one you think is better, that kind of thing. So it is Make or Remake today. So number 1 song today in 1966, for the first time at number 1, is The Sound of Silence from Simon and Garfunkel. Great song, right? I mean, there's really, that's a hard song to compete with. How could you even have a remake on here, Mark? What are you even thinking? But we'll get to it. So what a great song. I mean, the story of that is they had been floating some demos around. There was an acoustic version of this. They got an audition, and they didn't get picked up. So they basically kind of broke up, and before they even started, and went back to school and figured it wasn't their thing. And then the song started getting some attention in 2 places, Boston and Florida. For some reason, it started getting a little bit of a uptick. So the guy who mixed it said, you know what, let's remix it, add some more music to it, fix it up a bit and see what happens. And sure enough, they do that and re-release it. They get signed, and the rest is history. And it is released in September of 65, and by this week in January of 66, it is number 1 for the first time. And you really can't hear Simon and Garfunkel without thinking of The Graduate. And if you haven't watched The Graduate in the last 10 years, you should go back and revisit that, because what an iconic film that is. So, great song, hard to compete, right? Who could even remotely compete with the great? Well, I'm here to tell you, it's the band Disturbed, and it is awesome. Now, you're saying to yourself, Mark, I've heard that version. Yeah, I didn't get it. And Disturbed, no, you're crazy. All right, fine. Disturbed, who are they? They're a heavy metal band. They formed in like 2000. Their debut record was unbelievably good. I mean, I saw them open up for Marilyn Manson, and I was blown away by their performance. That record, that first album, just the sickness and those songs, the Stupefy. I mean, I would just listen to that record over and over and over again. It was so fresh. It was so new. I mean, this guy, wow, he could sing. So yeah, they were entrenched in metal for sure. But it turns out the singer was a cantor in his synagogue as a kid, so he was somewhat trained as a vocalist. So they fast forward, they release an album, and it has this remake on it. And again, if you heard it on the radio or you play it on Spotify or whatever, you're probably going to lose the translation big time. So that's what you can't do that. You have to watch this performance on Conan O'Brien only, and only this version. So when I put it on here, cue it up and watch it. If you have the ability to put it on speakers and turn it up with the drums and the orchestra and his voice, you just watch him sing. First of all, he's not breaking a sweat. It's like nothing. And when he finally gets into that little bit of a scream in there, it is so good. It's probably one of the best musical performances, single song performances I've ever seen. It's on the list. It is so good. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's better than Simon and Garfunkel. I'm just saying it's not bad. It's really, really good. And we love it here in this house. So tell me what you think. If you haven't played it, make sure you turn it up. Make sure you listen to it. We're doing The Sound of Silence, make or remake. Enjoy. We'll be back for Slow Down Sunday tomorrow. No worries. So enjoy it. Have a great day, like I said. And I'll catch you on the flip side.